Welcome to this edition of Trading Bits and Bytes. I'm Susan Littlefield. Lots to talk about today. Of course, the impending harvest. Will it ever get underway? What's going on in China? And then we'll revert back to the corn basis. What might you see at your local elevators and beyond? PJ Conrad joins us today from Trados, and I think that's the hot topic. I look at some Facebook flashback memories that popped up just 2 days ago, and it showed all the cornfields around us completely harvested just a year ago. And they're still pretty green today, so it's going to be a while.
Harvest is upon us. Obviously, we're a little bit behind. This heat the last 7 days or so has really helped push things forward. Beans are starting to turn. I think it's like all year we've talked, there's some early corn and there's some late corn. So you're going to see probably a good chunk of it come out here early October. And then we might be on our hands for a little bit waiting for the rest of that to mature out. At the end of the day, I think you want to go out and attack it. I mean, obviously, it's worth more in hand than in the field. But it's always an exciting time of year, especially I think 60 days ago, people's prospects of yields were maybe a little bit lower. Everyone's kind of came around a little bit and said, I hope my corn should make a little bit better than I thought. So beans are so variable. We'll see what that comes up with. But definitely looking forward to harvest starting. Hopefully everyone has a safe harvest first and foremost. But good yields can trump a lot of things marketing-wise. You never want to wish ill on your neighbor, but there's probably going to be some poor yields out there too. So you got to take that in stride and do what you can. I mean, this year was tough enough. So even though you're maybe not going to have the yields you did last year, you did the best with what you could too.
At what point do we see the true harvest pressure pick up in this market?
It feels like maybe mid-October, I really think. Maybe October 10th, really when everyone and their dog's going to be going after it. Whether they should or not is probably more of a factor if your neighbor's going. I mean, you're going to want to get after it. So it's amazing, though, how much things have turned in the last 7 days just with this heat. I haven't went out and pulled any ears by any means and tested moisture, but just talking to farmers that said, hey, next week I might be able to get some 23 type moisture corn in the central part of the state, southern part of the state. You go up north, northeast part of the state, maybe you're 3 weeks out still. So just like every year, there's going to be some variability, but I think you really got October 10th and beyond, you're going to face some pretty big harvest pressure. That being said, to kind of roll in, you're going to see some good basis opportunities on the front end too. And so I guess you don't want to leave it out there too long, even though there is some drying cost to that, but take advantage of what's in front of you as well.
Well, since you brought up the corn basis, and you have to weigh the good and the bad with that, of how much it's going to cost you, whether it's propane that you're using to dry down or electricity, how do you still stay profitable this year?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of different moving targets there to look at. I still think no matter what, you're looking at Lock-No basis being 10 to 15 cents better than a year ago. And so hopefully you're going to have those chances to lock that in now. And you might have some front-end basis that's, say, 20 cents, 30 cents better than last year. So that's where you can run the pencil pretty fast of, my 10 cents better off, or is it even just a break-even number and I can get out, though, and get that corn out of the field faster and sooner and let me go on to something else. So that's the biggest thing, and I guess something to keep our eye on. Last harvest, we, like you said, started off early, but the rain delays really pushed that harvest back. In the event that were to come again, that's where I think things could get really dicey. I mean, who knows? The forecast right now is showing warmer through October, but some equal chances of rain, where we really probably need a lesser chance of rain moving through October to speed this harvest along, too.
I think people forgot about that from last year already.
Well, there's been enough rain since then and now to last us a lifetime, it seems like. But you hate to ever curse away the rain. So, I know down in South America right now they're fighting some drier weather too and some heat as well. Every year is going to present different opportunities and different hardships, and this year has definitely been one on the wet side of things.
We look at China. We know that talks were getting underway on a Thursday. Not the hardcore talks we're waiting for. This is just kind of the roll out the red carpet and get ready for talks in October.
Hopefully it'll lay some good groundwork this week and put ourselves in position to strike some sort of deal or truce moving forward. I think in typical Donald Trump fashion, I think he said he would not be afraid to impose tariffs up to 50% or more. He's out there trying to play hardball. I think politically speaking, he probably wants a deal done just as bad as anything. And I think the American farmer would like to see something done or some sort of truce. And there's been some numbers maybe tossed around that we could see, at least some pullback in tariffs.
Hey, this is this week's version of Trading Bits and Bytes. I'm Susan Littlefield.